I'm not gonna lie, this is overload for me. Like, it's like too much to even. You know what? I'm gonna quit now. Quit while I'm ahead. Oh, dang, this is way tougher than that. And the other part for me.
The lights are showing that at least some of the stuff is plugged in correctly, right? I think we're ready to go.
Powered up.
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
So I'm joined here with Tyree, and today we're gonna build him a computer. What's up, Tyree? How you doing?
I'm great, man. How are you doing, Danny?
Good, good. Okay, so one of the first things I wanted to get into was a lot of people are they always ask, like, when there's people on, like, whether it be the LAN parties or these types of videos, like, how do you know Tyree? And I was trying to think of, like, if we drew a family tree, how would it be explained, right?
This is crazy because this is it's something I wanted to definitely talk to you about.
Best way that I could describe it is you are my stepbrother's stepbrother.
Okay.
But shouldn't that mean we're brothers, right?
Yeah.
And
I think I have a terminology for it.
what is that?
We're two-steppers. We're two.
Is that what it is? That a real term or no?
Today it is.
Okay,
right?
Two-steppers.
It's a two-step.
At the end of the day, it's all family, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Big steppers.
yeah. Have you ever built a computer before?
Not even close.
What are you using right now in terms of like a computing device at home?
So my full computer right now is a Samsung Galaxy S22. I store everything on it. I do all my editing. Actually, Danny, you just put me on with the external hard drive. So,
Yeah.
So I've been recently transferring stuff over there while I'm not using that for the whatever I'm creating and whatnot. And so yeah, that's my computer and that's my gaming device. That's everything.
Once you get this PC, what are you going to be doing with it, or what are your plans with it?
My main objective would actually be to be able to use DaVinci Resolve smoothly to edit videos, and then along with that, I really want to get back into gaming. My brother hasn't always been a gamer. My first brother.
His blood-related brother.
My blood-related brother. He's into gaming, and then my sister Bianca. She's been into gaming lately. And I work at a dorm currently right now. I work with international students, and they love the game. So like to get on the Valorants, the mobile games, some Halo, to just be able to game with them would be great. Also, is to be useful for my nephew. He is a talented gamer. And he's not allowed to have a PC because it's not as secure. He's not. We don't know what kids are doing these days.
Yep.
So to be able to bring something to him to allow him to use it with having some supervision, I would love to give him that opportunity to pursue this at a higher level.
Okay. The way that I want to do this isn't going to be like a step-by-step video on how to build a computer. So it's not like a tutorial for the viewers. This is more to show like just one example of a beginner building a PC for the first time. It's not meant to encompass like this will fix all your problems if you are building a PC. You could use this as a guide. It's just to kind of give our back and forth of you learning to build for the first time, and you can ask me. Feel free.
I have definitely gonna have a lot of questions. I do want to learn about this stuff. I want to add to my bag as much as I can.
Feel free to ask questions along the way at any point. There's no stupid questions, right? But
I'll ask some. I'll be sure to.
All right, we'll see if we can identify stupid questions if they come up, but I don't think there really are any. So the first thing we gotta do is take a look at all the parts. So you want to start pulling those parts, and we'll take a look at them here, and I'll grab that camera. Actually, we're gonna do a little fun test. Can you grab the processor?
That's crazy. I think Intel Core. Is that the Z90?
So it does say processor, but read it.
Supports the newest.
Okay, so.
Okay. Let me see something.
Let's see if you can figure out what this part is. Have you heard what a motherboard is?
I've been hearing you say motherboard a lot in
the videos.
Yes, and I've been wondering what it is as well.
Okay, so this is the motherboard, so we can put this on here.
Motherboard.
Yep.
Okay, so motherboard is kind of like it seems like where chips go and something like that.
Yeah, so essentially this connects all the other separate parts of the computer together. It brings it all together as a whole.
Okay.
It's like the base where you put everything onto.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what this is. This is the motherboard. So the processor, does it even say processor on? Wow, so it doesn't. Yeah, so that's the processor.
Okay, Intel Core.
Oh yeah, I should go over the parts. So we have a Z690 Extreme. This is gonna be all random, you know.
I've been hearing it. I've been trying to figure it out though.
This number designates what it's able to do. You're able to what they call overclock and make it run faster than out of the box settings. If you had a crappier version of this, you can't like mess with those settings.
You won't get the full power out of this.
It's just like stock.
Okay.
So we got the motherboard. We got the processor. So the next important thing is the graphics card. So let's see if you can find the graphics card from that bunch. All right, so this is memory.
This is memory?
This is RAM. RAM, memory, interchangeable. Random access memory. Okay, so we can put that right here though. So for this system, we've got 32 gigs.
Dang, 0 for 2. 0 for 2.
So we got 32 gigs, plenty for right now. Some people still operate on 16 gigabytes of memory.
I think it was yesterday, 2 days ago, when looking at my looking in my phone, like I told you, that's where I use it all. So I only got 16 gigs of memory.
Yep.
But then I have 120 gigs. I don't understand.
Of storage.
Storage.
Yeah. So that can be like confusing to beginners.
This is straight on your computer. These are like the hard files, essentially. Or
so the way I like to think about it is like in terms of like for like humans, short-term versus long-term memory, right? So like when in a phone or a computer, like the memory is like very similar. It helps your phone operate, and if you don't have enough, it'll slow down or bog down. And it's just to store information for a very like temporary limited amount of time until it's like either done with it or whatever. What are you using right now? Once you're done and don't need it anymore, you could, you know, toss it to the side. When you turn off your computer, nothing is saved to your memory.
Okay.
It's what is called volatile. Once you stop supplying power to it, it will forget everything that's on it. So like if your computer
What's it being used for?
So it's to be used for while the computer's on and you're doing the stuff in the now.
Okay, so it helps it run smoother?
Yeah, it helps it run smoother because you need to quickly throw stuff to it to be able to access it, random access memory.
Okay.
And then after you're done with it, if you do say like, oh, I just finished this project file.
Then you save it to
You save it to your long-term storage, which is in this case, it used to be hard drives, like big, thick, you know.
Master SSDs.
And now it's like small SSD. So that is, okay, so now you're gonna know so grab the storage now.
Oh, so this is storage. So SSD stands for small storage device?
That's actually a really good guess. Solid state drive. Oh, give me 1 second. This is actually, how is this gonna be bugging out right now? Card 1 cannot be accessed. Reinsert the card. Oh man! None of that got saved to this. So everything that we have this is why we got 2 cameras. Okay. Because everything has to be on that now. I don't know why this just stopped recording all of a sudden.
Is that still gonna?
Oh, it's fine. We're just gonna keep going. We're not gonna start over. Yeah.
Go. It's gonna go now.
I'm starting it now again. Yeah. And let me reset that one up there too. So the storage. So you want to open up that box real quick just to see. Yeah. So storage is 1 terabyte. So that little thing. Let me show you what. Yeah. So like this is what your hard drive used to be.
I've seen a lot of those laying around.
If you drop this while it's running. It's not done for, but it has a higher chance of dying compared to something like this, which is like no moving parts. And this has like more connectors, requires more power, all that kind of stuff. So this is like older tech. So we've got those parts. All right, so now the graphics card, and you can pull that out.
Dang, this is crazy that I don't. Okay, yeah. And this is where all the kids be on the G-Force and all that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And this is a graphics card.
Yeah, so that is the graphics card. So this is like, in terms of gaming, like the most important part of a computer.
Is the graphics card.
Like without this, even when you got all that powerful stuff over there, it's not a gaming computer. This is a NVIDIA card. This is the model again is going to be like random letters and numbers, but yeah, it's the RTX 3060 Ti.
RT, I like RT, Robert Tyree.
Yeah.
First name.
So that is kind of like, it's a middle of the pack like graphics card.
It's middle of the pack?
Yeah, so it's like, because with graphics cards, it gets to the point where the most basic ones, all you use them for is like for an office computer to have 2 displays. But you try to run games on it, it's basically not going to be able to. And then the most powerful ones, you know, you can buy graphics cards. The most powerful one right now, for gaming anyways, is around, it's supposed to be $1,500, but with COVID happening and then
resale value,
all that stuff in low stock, we haven't recovered in the market yet. Those they were going for like $1,900 for one part alone, $1,900.
That's great, and they be fancy. They be like fancy too. They be like having colors and all.
Yeah,
that,
so
right?
this one, I don't know if this one has any LEDs. This one's like kind of more black one.
Yeah,
for the most part, we might be able to do like a pretty sleek in terms of color scheme, because you can put like all the rainbows and stuff, or you can set like mine. You see how mine can do the rainbows,
but you got the green.
But I just set it to one color. So with this and the Ram, there's versions that have like lights and stuff, but these ones are like more sleek. And sometimes you can do it to save money.
That's an enthusiast thing, though, right?
No, enthusiasts. Some of them do like that rainbow, like crazy
like the color and having all that.
Yeah, but then some enthusiasts are just all about the performance, and they just give me the performance straight to it. Stealth black, clean look, you know?
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah, the more mature adult look, maybe you could see it as that. So
I dig it.
Okay, so now what do we got left? You grab the power supply.
Power. Come on, you can't. No, that's it. It gotta be this one. It's hefty too.
Yes. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Okay, that's right.
All right, I got an F, but a solid F.
You're learning. Of all the parts in your computers, if anything is gonna fail and potentially burn your house down, it's this part right here.
Really?
I mean, other parts can do that too, but this would be, I would say, the highest probability if you use a crappy one. So we've actually got a really good power supply here. Antec, they actually, sent this over to be used in a build. So huge thanks to Antec. Yeah, just put it right there in the middle.
Uh-oh. We know what it is.
You know what this is? You probably know what it is just by looking at it, but...
The tower?
This is the tower, yeah. So, it's a case. Okay. Case, chassis, tower, many different names you can call it by. That's all the components, and I'll put on the screen also a list for the viewers to see with like the cost of everything, just so they can get an idea. But yeah, now we're ready to start building.
Okay.
Exciting. First things first, let's grab the motherboard.
Let's do it. I had a feeling.
I'm trying to think if there's any way to do a build and not start with the motherboard. We're gonna be building on top of the box so that we don't damage any of the pins or traces on the backside or anything like that.
Wow. So, I'm not gonna lie, this is overload for me. Like, it's like too much to even.
Yeah, no, this is probably the most intimidating part because like this has room like to put a lot into it, but you don't have to fill it all up.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So yeah, it is a lot. Next, we're gonna put the processor in first. So this little thing is the brain of the whole computer. The processor, where do you think that goes on the motherboard?
Oh, you're killing me. I feel like you said already that it goes like here, right?
Yeah. When I was talking about the capacitors and chokes.
Yep.
Let's orient it so that it's this thing is out of the way. Orient the motherboard.
Okay.
So that you have more like front access to it. So this one you can leave on. This will pop out when you install the processor. You want to lift this arm. It's going to push down and swing to the side and open up.
Down?
Yep, push down to, yep. And now you just keep pulling it back. And then now you can lift that part out.
Okay.
Okay. So you see that? Take a good look close in there. Those are all little tiny pins that correspond to the pads on the processor.
Is this the backside or?
No, so that's just how they connect.
Okay.
That
so this is gonna go face. Okay.
Yeah, so that face goes into this, but you look at the way it's notched on the housing. You see how those little notches there?
Not really.
Look at the CPU up close. Now look at the edge. You see those little those little notches in there?
Right here?
Yep.
Oh, that's where it's clicking in at. Yes.
Yep, and you just drop it in like gently.
Oh my goodness. I feel like I almost just defused the bomb.
So now you're gonna try to put that back on and reclamp it down. It's gonna feel like you have to put some pressure on, which is fine. Just do it.
This?
Yep.
That feels crazy. Just keep going.
Wait, let me see.
That's a lot of pressure.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure that was lined up. Yeah. That it's a decent amount of pressure, but yep, just keep going. And then you hook it up under there. And then this part, we missed it earlier, but it did make a pop sound when you started doing it. And then now you can take that off. That's just the covering, again, to protect the pins before the CPU was in there, because they were all exposed.
I ain't gonna lie, that was a little scary. I didn't feel right.
When my mom built this too, she was like, how hard do I have to do this? I feel like I want to break it. Yep, you have to close it all the way, a lot of force.
All the way down? I don't want to break it. Why so hard?
You're not going to break it.
I'm scared.
Yeah, that's a little shaky right there.
Next would be the memory. So remember where the memory was.
Memory, not storage.
Not storage.
Pop them.
Where could these go, do you think, potentially? These memory sticks?
Potentially, I'm going to go to the two main looking sources right here.
Okay.
But then you got this row here.
Yep.
And then you got this drawing right here.
Okay. So now grab one of these and hold it up against where you think they might go. Computers are like Legos. Stuff fits together. They design it pretty well so that things that don't fit in places won't be able to go in.
I'm wrong. They go here.
Okay. Yep. Remember like the CPU, right?
Yeah.
Take a look at the memory and take a look at the slot. To put these in, you gotta put these little notches out. Yep, and then to get the B2, it's gonna require a little bit of force.
Okay.
But it's fine. So just get it in and then just push it down and this will lock itself.
Let's go. Let's lock in. Oh yeah, that feels scary because it doesn't feel balanced.
Let me see. I think you got it.
Shh, it's nerve-wracking, man. My next build don't. I'll be ready. Come on, click for me. That
There
click.
it is.
That click.
All right. So next up is gonna be storage.
Storage. SSD standing for, I forgot already. For, dang, what is this?
Solid.
State drive.
Yep. There you go.
Solid state drive. Solid state drive. Oh, the solid state drive. It got the two. It's like Legos.
Actually, this connector is kind of hard to find now that I'm
it?
looking at the
You look at
motherboard.
it?
Yeah.
Okay, Don't make me feel too bad about not
It-
finding it.
Yeah. No, you're good. It's
Give me
it's on the left side of the motherboard.
left side.
So like on that half.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna quit now. Quit while I'm ahead.
Okay. So you see this slot right here? It's really hard to see because it's kind of hidden.
M2.
You see that little, how, again, a lot of this stuff is like keyed or notched and stuff so that it can only fit into stuff like that. So put that into there.
Top side?
You can put it in almost at an angle, it's fine. And then what you're gonna do is push it down afterwards. So you have to stick it in there until you kind of feel it grab, like friction. Push it all the way in. There you go. You could install this here, but
What?
so this is the connector this has is called the M.2. If you look at this, see how it says M.2 armor on it?
Oh wow.
So
If
you want
unscrew
to
this?
unscrew those two, and
Oh.
we'll see what's underneath.
Comes right off. M2. Right here, maybe?
Yep.
That's where to go?
It goes right there.
We're here.
Let's go back into the motherboard box. So you can set the motherboard off to the side, like right here. There's extra stuff down here, manuals and stuff, but there's also some goodies.
Goody goodies.
All right, so let's take a look in here. Take a look at that.
That's it?
So that goes onto there.
Boom. Look at me.
So now we put the cover back on.
Okay. Should be good?
Yep. So now there's one or two things you can do. You can either put it in the case, but I usually like to install the cooler for the CPU while it's out.
As much as you can do before it goes in, right?
Yep.
Remember the fan's cooler. Okay.
Okay, so you start unboxing this. So let's take a look through the bag.
Open it?
Yep. And start pulling stuff out. So this is like universal. So
Yeah.
they include everything, but you only use like one of the three.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to install this on the back side, and then these on the top side.
Okay.
Try to line it up so that it gets into all the holes. Again, you can, these parts are adjustable because it could fit multiple parts. But let me see if out of the box it fits.
Nope.
Okay, so you could pull these in and out, and if you look closely at them, you see how there's like little labels, like text on there.
Oh, and then we're looking for the 1700.
Is there a 1700 marking?
1700.
Okay.
Come on, 1700.
So now you need the correct bag from there.
1700. Newer.
You see these little plastic pegs? They're gonna go on each of those holes.
First.
Yep, they're like the risers or spacers.
Okay. Black and blue on the inside. It should go on smoothly, shouldn't it?
It can. Some of them might, like the tolerances might be bad, so it might be like easier or harder to get in. It's fine if it goes in hard too. as long as it is able to make contact.
That one's a little
Yeah, let me
tricky.
see. It's just a little tight. Yeah. There you go. Okay, so now you have these 4 screws, and you're gonna put these on.
Not as bad as it seemed like before. When you said it, I was scared than actually doing it. I was
Now that you got the brackets on, it's time to put the thermal paste on. So that's what this is.
Oh, paste. It is a syringe. I was gonna say it looked like a syringe. So where are you putting it? Just along it, or?
Sometimes that comes pre-applied, like on the bottom here, and then you can just stick it on. But this one, they give it to you in a syringe, so you can control how much you put on and have extra in case you need to like take it off and then do something. Yeah. So you're gonna put that right in the center of the processor.
How much should I put it on it, people?
So I'd say do, you know, the size of a pea.
Edamame or no?
Edamame, half of an edamame, single edamame seed. So let's see what your interpretation of half of an edamame right in the center.
Yeah, that's my half right there. Being
Okay, that is a good amount. Oh, you can just push it into the CPU and
okay, because it's going all the way around anyways.
it's gonna get spread.
Maybe slightly,
Slightly
light.
Huh?
A little light.
Oh no, that's a good amount. It's just slightly off-centered.
Okay.
So if you want to use this right here, you can cap that back off. Just use this to kind of push it a little bit more towards the center, so that when it spreads, it doesn't like go off the edge over here. It's gonna be kind of like gooey and spread like peanut butter, but yep, right there, it's perfect.
That's good.
That's all you gotta do because it's gonna get squished anyways.
Elite.
So now that's gonna go on there. Remember, fan's gonna be on that side because air flows this way.
Okay. Don't unwire nothing, anything. Just like this.
Just leave the wires there.
Peel.
Yep, peel.
Okay.
Good eye. People sometimes leave that on because they forget,
And
then their PCs heat up or their CPUs heat up, and they're like, "What's the problem?" Yeah.
So alignment.
Just kind of line it up and then kind of just set it on there. So you can just let it float for a second and grab your screwdriver.
Screw me.
You want to do this part evenly. So now go to the other side, do a little bit, and then come back.
So as it goes down a little bit.
Yep. So then keep going back and forth. Yep.
Okay.
So it evenly pushes down and kind of like spreads the thermal paste all around.
Oh, for the paste. Okay.
Yeah. So now we're ready to go in the case.
Let's do it.
The Antec NX416L.
Shout out Antec. Appreciate that.
Get this out of the way. This you could take it out and then lift it up and the hinge will come off. So open up the glass panel real quick. I think it's like magnetic, yep. And then lift the hinge up and boom, there you go.
off.
This is the main chamber front side. Now flip it over and then we'll take the back side panel off.
Okay.
So that we have access to all the sides.
And you have to unscrew it from here?
Yep.
Oh, look at me.
So yeah, that can go on the ground as well. You see there's only a fan on one side.
You
right?
kind of put it wherever?
No, so this one, this backside,
Yeah.
you see it's right here, it's gonna face out this way. So now we're gonna start plugging everything into this side of it. Once you put this in,
Yeah, you got
this little bit amount of space to work in, and
Right.
getting it in is gonna be like pretty much impossible.
All right. Completely sensible right there. Click, click. Yes.
Okay, so that's
sure
one of the
out.
connectors. The rest of these also need to be connected.
Mm-hmm. That's sensible. Lots of wires. We got it.
So now you're gonna put this into the system and you're gonna fasten it down by the backside.
Are we here?
Yep, and now,
Screws got to be aligned, right?
yeah, see the screws, that's gonna be aligned, and then you're gonna have to lift it a little bit because it doesn't sit flush on the back. Yeah, see that hole? And then see they're all there now.
There we go.
So now you gotta hold this thing up while getting it.
I think this one would be easier for me.
Yeah, you can get once you get one of them in, it'll like hold in place.
Just long enough.
Yep.
Oh. Dang. This is way tougher than that. Than the other part for me.
Oh, do you have it?
Nope.
Okay. Here, you want to take the camera real quick? Let's see.
Got me sweating. It's defeating me. It's
Okay.
defeating me.
And let's see if it's one of those things that like you just get the muscle memory for, or if it's
Wow.
one of those things that
Embarrassing.
no. This is like once you do it 3 or 4 times, I think you get it down. But yeah, it is awkward because this thing is kind of heavy, and you got to hold it with one hand here and kind of support it on this side while trying to get a screw in.
Really, just gotta be able to find the hole, you know. Don't make excuses for me.
No, so you get the rest, but yeah, it's really cool to see. Again, like different beginner experiences with building the PC.
Hey, don't make fun of me now.
It's always like you give 10 beginners PC kits like this, I guarantee you they'll all run into problems at different points, different times, struggle with different things. So it's cool to like, you know, document like what my mom struggled with and then now what you're struggling with, etc. Okay, so now you can flip it back over.
Okay.
So you see these little standoffs in here? Those are gonna go and line up with these holes, and that's what's gonna hold the motherboard in.
Okay.
You can hold it by this too.
Okay.
This makes it a little bit easier.
I put it on right.
And for these ones, make sure you're going in straight because you can go in crooked and start tightening.
So how do I know if I'm messing up or not?
If you feel resistance, don't keep going.
All right, that's smooth.
Yeah, if that one is smoothly, you're good. Yeah, do it lightly for now. Don't fully tighten it. Let's just get the 4 corners lined up. This is where it gets tight. So I would suggest getting this one first, and then this one. So the inner one first, because you have the open space. Yeah. Boom. Next one's the same thing.
Got it.
All right, that's one of the more difficult ones. Some of these ones down here are not fun either, but we'll get to them.
Okay.
So you just look for that clip, and it should be on this side. So the clip should be facing out, and you get a nice, distinct click.
It's not clicking out.
It requires some force.
It clicked at the end there,
but
I kind of want to redo it.
Okay, yep, so you can pull it out. So pull the tab, and you're gonna sometimes have to pull quite a bit. It's a tight fit.
That's a good thing.
There we go, yep. So then...
push them in. Come on, don't fist the one way.
Try to apply pressure to both ends at the same time. Kind of, the click's not going to be super loud on this one.
Yeah, I think it. You want to feel that?
Let me see. So you can actually just take a look.
And see
so here, let me get the light closer. You see the connection? Do you see any gaps between the part on the connector on the motherboard and the one that you just put in? Like if there's a gap showing that only one side went in.
It looks pretty flush.
Yeah, if it's flush all around, then you're good.
Yeah, it looks pretty flush.
Yep. Okay. Let's tackle the bottom. On the bottom side, there's going to be an HD audio cable. So let's do that one first because it's been over here. We'll just we'll work this way. You just need to make sure the pins are aligned. So the missing notch is on the top, and it's like impossible to actually film what you're doing up close. Well, it's not impossible, but it's pretty hard because there's no room in here, which is fine. This one doesn't click. This one just slides in.
It felt like it.
So this is USB 3. Look for the connector that looks like that. So either the bottom or top hole, whichever your choice. And then look at the keying of the notch.
Boom, I got it. Perfect, right?
Yep. There it is. Tap the click. All right, now it's the USB type C.
I can miss it though.
This one, it's gonna have like a scratchy feeling going in.
It's not in, is it?
It looks like yeah, it's in. It didn't click. It doesn't click though because there's no clip.
All right, it just
slides in.
There's some space there.
Yep.
Okay. Dang.
And then you just pull the extra back.
It's a lot less. I feel like a couple repetitions is like I can see where the muscle memory comes in and just the familiarity with the wiring. I mean, I'm sure like there's probably different, right? Placement depending on the shell you get or the motherboard and everything, huh?
Yeah, for the most part, everything you've connected so far, most motherboards in most cases will have. Okay. Slightly different placement, but that's it. Okay. Yeah. The next part is the least fun part because of how tiny it is. So look for this LED and power button. So grab those connectors and take a look at what they look like.
It's power SW.
Power switch.
Power switch.
Yep.
LED plus. Power LED. Power LED negative. Power LED positive. PWR.
Yep.
Is that PWR? BTN?
Button, power button, yep. Power button, power switch.
And then does it matter?
Yeah, so this one doesn't matter because you're just, all on the computer, you can stick a screwdriver in there to turn it on too. It's just shorting it. So when you press the power button, it's gonna short the two, basically complete the connection, just for like, it just needs to do that for a split second.
And that one's the reset's just...
On the top layer, there's only 2 left, right? Is it on the top or
there's
bottom?
One. I think there's a pin missing. I just put it in the bottom. There might be a pin missing. Oh, there's 2 left.
Yeah, so power is the top 2 next to the power lights, like that. So
that would have been sad. That wouldn't have been sad. It would probably been easy.
It would be an easy fix, yeah. It just like, you know, if you press the button, not turn on. There's multiple reasons why it wouldn't turn on. The other one being there's a switch back here. I'm not sure if you saw the 0 and the 1. Switch. A lot of people forget to flip this, and then they're like, why is my PC not turning on?
It's like only when they build it though. It's like, oh my gosh, I did all that messed up.
Yeah, they think something's like wrong with the hardware. Like, no.
I get that.
The switch. So what major component is still missing from the computer?
We still got the graphics.
So take the graphics card. If you want to make this easier, let's lay this down so you can put it in kind of like straight standing up. And now you line it up, get it in as straight as possible, and then kind of keeping in mind these 2 slots that it is sliding into. And then now you could slide this back down.
Sweating again.
And then you're gonna tighten it so it holds it in place right there.
Wait, what's that?
So
tighten this or screw it?
Screw these 2 in, and then you're gonna tighten that back.
Whew. Yeah, it's super cool to see these pieces come together. Seeing you do builds and stuff like that, but like to actually do it myself and like gain a little bit more understanding. Watching it makes it look terrible. It look like I'll never. You start putting out these numbers and all these things. I'm like, what is going on?
You got a little click there.
I heard that one.
That one got the click. You see throughout the case, there's these little tie-off points. You don't have to use all of them. You see these ones are all coming this way. I do like 1 on this side just to hold it off to the side like that or something. Okay.
There we go. Punch it together.
Anything else that you think can be done in terms of tucking or?
Me personally, this is way better than I thought it was gonna turn out. Me doing it, but
I mean,
I know you probably.
I've seen other people's like back panels.
Yeah.
This is already cleaner than a lot of people usually do it because, again, this doesn't matter. If you didn't do this, the computer's gonna function, no problem.
Yeah, I feel like having you here, I would have struggled so badly trying to put the wires and trying to be exact and so like that definitely and it came out beautiful to me.
At this point, you could either close up the case if you're confident, but just in case, we'll leave both of the side panels off.
Oh, okay.
I could have messed up on something too, right?
I'm confident in you. That's why I was gonna say close it up, you know?
Yeah. So we'll leave it open. So let's stand it up on its feet and let's get this thing plugged in.
Let's do it. Ooh.
The lights are showing that at least some of the stuff is plugged in correctly, right?
Powered up.
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1. Happy New Year's. It turns on. Display. Look at us.
Okay, now let's take a look at the PC real quick. Does anything look off to you, or is everything looking like it's running good?
I'm missing something then, huh? What's off? No, I don't see it.
What looks wrong with this right here? There's nothing super wrong with it, but
it's supposed to be. Is it supposed to be taking the air from here or no?
No, this is right. There's no lights on it.
Oh, the lights.
Remember the picture from the box?
Yeah.
And we connected it to the RGB.
Okay.
So for some reason, that RGB is not going through. Did it get loose or something?
Yeah, this is it. Let's see. Moment of truth.
Yeah, if it got knocked out. Is it lit up now? I think so.
It's lit.
All right. So if you press it, try pressing the LED button. I think it's gonna change. Yeah. Rainbow.
Yeah, green. That's where I want. Oh, it just changes through.
We also connected that hub to the motherboard.
Right.
So once we get the software on the motherboard, you can control it in the computer and not use that button. Oh. That gives you flexibility.
Okay.
changing BIOS settings is not particularly exciting. And again, since this isn't a tutorial, the main goal was you get hands-on building a PC, making sure it works once it's fired up, and it's working well for you for all you need it for. So we're gonna do a test on the CPU real quick. This is gonna stress the processor.
I was just gonna ask like the processing of like when I upload a video or something like that on there, like, cause you know your laptop, a regular laptop or something like that, it's not even gonna be able to handle it. Essentially, I won't be able to edit.
It'll handle it. It'll just be slow and like pulling teeth.
That's what I'm saying.
It's so bad, right? Yeah. So like what we're testing right here, this is doing like the image rendering using the CPU, which the CPU can do. It's just not as efficient as doing it as the graphics card. This is taking your CPU and making it run at like its max. Normally when you're using your computer, it's not loaded up. It's just like some of it's being used, like partially.
Okay.
Because you know, browsing the internet, so even playing games sometimes, it's not that CPU intensive, it's GPU. This is taking the whole CPU and pushing it beyond what you will probably use it for. And that's why we're testing. We're putting it into a fake scenario that's like the most extreme and making sure nothing goes wrong. CPU is looking good. We're gonna try the graphics card now. See how it did the whole image like way faster than when the CPU did it. It's going, so it's doing it like 10 minutes to like test it, but it already did one round when the CPU in all that time didn't even do one round yet.
Took like 3 minutes to do one round.
Yeah. Okay, so that's gone through multiple rounds. In the interest of time, because you're supposed to be there at 5. It's 6:30. Let's try to expedite this process. I'm confident in this. Plus, if anything goes wrong, you know, you can just hit me up and we can troubleshoot.
Right, yeah.
All right, so there you have it. The completed PC build. I'm looking at the timer on the Audacity here. We're at 4 hours and 41 minutes. We didn't take any breaks like to eat or anything like that, so.
Sheesh.
Did that feel like 4 hours and 40 minutes to you?
I must say, I felt at least 3 hours and 34 minutes of that. But yeah, I would do it again. I would do it 10 more times. This was like one of the funnest parts of my year so far, if not the funnest.
Before you came in, what were you thinking like the difficulty level out of like a scale of 1 being the easiest and 10 being the most difficult?
I'll put it at a solid 8.5, 9. I feel like I would definitely, if you would have asked me that before, I would have probably said 10. But like after doing it, it's like, not that it's easy. You know, obviously I had you here. I mean, even now, like you take it apart and like have me do it again. Oh, it'll go back up to a 10. I ain't gonna lie to you. But like just seeing the process though, it's just like, you know, it is plug and play essentially. It's not as confusing as I thought it was, you know, seeing all the inserts and stuff like that. They literally have labels on them and to an extent, you know. It's all about having them fingers to be able to put that pressure on it. To put it in. That was my struggle.
I forget too, like, for a lot of the viewers probably have built like at least one, if not more, computers. Like until you go take a step back and work with a beginner, like again the muscle memory, right? Like some of those connectors that you were struggling to put in,
slid right in.
Yeah.
You did it with a pinky.
It's one of those things where you forget how much experience you've gained over time and efficiency until you take it all the way back to someone who has like never watched really like a ton of YouTube content about building. I'm glad to be able to, you know, I always love teaching and showing people how to do this kind of stuff. What's the first game you're gonna install and start playing with some of the students?
Valorant. I'm probably gonna go with the Valorant route.
Dude, Valorant, it's so hard. I get instantly killed every time I'm in a match.
Is that right?
People just instant headshot.
You're not
crazy.
You're not pool matched or whatever with your
like ranking? Elo match and stuff. Yeah, with people your rank.
Yeah.
If I am, then I'm at the bottom of the pool because I still get headshotted.
Still immediate headshot.
Well, I don't play ranked, but in the random games, I don't know if they match it like that. But I'm excited to hear, you know, what your students are gonna say once you like share with them that you do or that you did build a PC and that you're gonna start gaming with them. So definitely let me know about that.
Oh yeah.
So anything else you have to say to the viewers or anything before we get wrapped up here?
No, I just want to give appreciation, Danny. Once again, man, I don't want you to, you know, I didn't take this for granted, and I really appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to gaming and just continue on, brother.
Okay, for sure.
It's two-step brother.
We're gonna get this wrapped up, so leave a comment down below, you guys, for just any of your thoughts from the videos, whether you're an experienced builder, or a beginner builder, like if this video helped you out at all, or if you saw any parts throughout the video where I did a bad job as a teacher, or parts where you could kind of like relate to with when Tyree was struggling on stuff, yeah, just let us know any of your thoughts down in the comments below. Until next time, I'll see y'all down in the comments as well as next stream and or video. Take it easy. Bye.
Love.